Today I'm going to show you how I turned this image into this animation using After Effects and Photoshop. If you are interested in the project file and want to support this channel, you can head on to the Patreon. The link is in the description below. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Okay, we're gonna start off editing with this image. This is just a picture I took, just a random building. So the first thing we're going to do is import it into Photoshop. So here I have imported it into Photoshop, and let's get to editing. So the main thing we're going to do here is separate the building from the sky or the background, because when we later on animate it, we need a good looking background with no distractions. So the first thing here is removing the building and adjusting the background. So we can use a tool like a quick selection tool, but today I just want to use the object selection tool. Just try to press on the building itself and Photoshop will automatically select your building here. Yeah, we got a fairly good selection, but we have to refine it more. Okay, after you select it, with the quick selection tool, we're going to refine the selection here. It made a fairly good selection, but let's just do it more properly. So I only want the building here, just this part. We only want this part. So now our selection looks really good. It even selected all the details here, so that's good. So right click on it and then layer via copy. After layer via copy, we're going to have another layer here. So what you're going to do is while pressing Control, click on your new layer now. And after that, click on the bottom layer, meaning the background, and go to select, modify, and then expand, and expand it like with 5 pixels. So just press OK. And then after you do that, just press generate fill so that it can remove our building and replace it with a sky. So just press generate and let's wait to Photoshop some results. Okay, we got some results here. We got like 3 results, but I just prefer a clean sky, so I'll just choose the third option. So now we have 3 layers. That means the building, we can rename it actually here. We can name it building, not like this, building. Then the generated fill layer and the background, select both of them and then right click and then go to convert to smart object so that it merges the 2 layers. So now we have the building and the background, so it looks good. Then we're going to take the Photoshop file into After Effects and start animating. Okay, now I have imported our image into After Effects. Then let's get to animating. First of all, we have the building here and then the background. So what we want to do is separate, we zoom in a little bit, we want to separate the floors on the buildings using mask. So let's select the pen tool and then let's start masking. So I'm going to start off with this building, with this second floor, and then we're going to work our way up. So while selecting the layer, just try to mask. Okay, now we got our first mask. So duplicate this by pressing Ctrl D, and then if you press M on the new layer, just delete the mask because we don't need it. Now we just have this one, and also let's start masking the other floors, meaning all of them. So I'm going to skip this process, but you're going to watch me masking the whole building. So this process will be sped up. Okay, now we're almost finished. We almost made most of our layers a mask, but as you can see, it's like floating, so I forgot to do the bottom layer. So duplicate this layer and rename it to base, and then move it down on your bottom layer because it's our base layer, it's our base floor. And if you press M, you got the mask. Delete the mask because we don't need it. We're going to insert a new mask. Zoom in a little bit. Here again, let's make a mask. If you're not sure where to make a mask, just try to turn on and off, and then you can see which part to mask and not. Okay, now we're finished. As you can see, we have a base layer and another 5 layers here. We're basically finished with the masking process. So now what we want to do here is make the bottom floor for each of them. So we're going to start from the up part, from this one. Let's zoom in a little bit, and while selecting a no layer, just click on the empty part. Just don't select anything, and grab the pen tool and then start making shapes around the floor like this. And if you want to adjust your shape layer, you can actually edit it like this. So make sure you make it aligned with this center rectangle. If it's too hard to see, you can go to the view and you can turn on the rulers, and then it can guide you on where to put your rectangle shape. And that's it. But I'm going to turn off the rulers here because I don't need it, and just try to adjust it and make it look really good. That's all. And if you're not happy with the color, you can change the color here on the fill. Just try to select some part of the building that can match. So something darker might be nice. So I like this one. So I'm just going to change the color to this one. And I'm going to grab the shape layer to the bottom layer after the base, and I'm going to parent it to our layer 5, the top layer, the top floor. And if we do that, if you are going to move, let's say, your layer here, it's going to be attached to it. You know? So our shape is attached to the floor. Then that's why we did this parented with this pick whip tool. Okay, now let's do for each floor the same thing, meaning drawing a shape layer. So I'm going to turn off this and also turn off this one and turn on the next floor. And while selecting pen tool, draw a shape again for this one. Looks good. And also I'm going to adjust it something like this and drop it down below all the layers here, and also parent it to the layer like this. So turn off this one and turn on the next layer, and do the same for this one too. Here, parent it to the layer, and that's it. Turn off this one and turn on the another floor and do the same stuff. Okay, this looks good. Drop it down, parent it to the layer, and that's it. So now I'm going to turn on every layer, and I'm going to turn on the 3D layer for all of them. Just turn it on all except background, because we don't need to animate it. So okay, let's fix our view here. Now, as you can see, we have all of the layers here. So just select, including the shape on all the layers, select everything and press P to reveal the position layer. So make a keyframe on a stopwatch so that it makes a keyframe on all of them, and drag your cursor to the end of the animation and also make a keyframe here, because we want the animation to go up and down. So the beginning and the end of the keyframes are the same. And in the middle, somewhere in a 2.5 second, because it's a 5-second animation, I'm going to, on the y-axis, just drag your buildings up, move everything. Sorry, I shouldn't select the base layer because the base layer is basically not moving, and we didn't make a shape layer for the base layer, so we just have to move the rest of them. So just drag everything up somewhere here. That'll be enough. Yeah. And on the first layer, we're going to leave it like that. And let's start with the first layer, the first floor. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit because the view is a little bit. And on the y-axis, just push down a little bit somewhere here, make it fit. On the y-axis, just drag it somewhere here. Okay, and the second floor, do the same on the y-axis, a little bit down, somewhere here. Looks nice. And the third one and the fourth one. We did great. Now, if you look on your timeline, the buildings are moving up and down. But there's one more thing to do. We have to make the keyframes smoother so that we have a smooth animation. So select the keyframes you make here, right click on them, go to keyframe assistant and easy ease. And once you easy ease them, go to the speed graph and smooth out all the keyframes that you see to your liking. So I want them to look something like this. It goes slower, faster, then slower. Make this curve on all of them. So just make a keyframe, just make them individually so that you have more control. But of course you can use, okay. Now let's check back the animation we just made. So I'm going to close off everything so we have a better view of the layers. Then let's check. Nice, it looks good. The animation is working. So now the next thing we are going to do is just to spice up the animation, we're going to add some zooming effect and also some camera shake. So the way we're going to do it is select everything, right click on it and then pre-comp it. Rename, just pre-comp 2 is okay. And after we pre-comp it, it's going to nest all our clips here. So the first thing I want to do is if you press S, that means the scale, it will reveal the scale keyframe. Just make a keyframe from 100. Let's say in 1 second it will go to 120. So it will zoom in a little bit. See? You have this zooming effect. That's nice. And at the end of the 4 second, I'm going to make a keyframe on 120, and also we're going to zoom out to 100. So if we look at the animation, it's going to zoom in and then zoom out. Zoom in and zoom out. And this subtle kind of tweaks makes the animation look even more better. And so just select your keyframes again and right click on them, go to keyframe assistant and easy ease. And once you do that, here as you can see our animation is going out of the frame, and that's because we need to adjust a little bit of the position. So while pressing shift, press P and it will reveal the position keyframe too. So just make a keyframe on the position, go in the middle, and if you lower your screen a little bit, something like this, we're going to have a full view. And then when it goes back here, we wanted to reset it to the original position. So the way I did it is if you right click, you can reset your keyframes here. So that's one trick. And select your keyframes again and right click on them and go to keyframe assistant and easy ease. So as you can see now, let's take a look back at our animation. Looks good. Okay, one more thing left, the camera shake. So the way we're going to make the camera shake is if you press right click, go to new and create an adjustment layer and cut off the adjustment layer, let's say for 1 second, Control Shift D and delete this one. And on the adjustment layer, we're going to apply some effects. Okay, so let's say we want a slider control, apply it here and apply it 2 times, and also apply the transform effect, transform. Okay, so now we got the transform and 2 slider controls. And on the position, on the transform, there is a position keyframe. While you press Alt, if you click on the stopwatch button, you can put in an expression. So you can type in wiggle expression here, and after you press the wiggle expression here on the expression pick whip tool, attach it to the slider control number 1 and press comma and do the same pick whip tool and slider control 2. And what this able to do is we will be able to control the wiggle effect using these 2 slider controls. So it makes everything easier. So that's it. And on the slider control, we will put, let's say, 3 and 10. The wiggle values, that means it's going to wiggle, let's say. As you can see, there is a slight camera shake right now. So that's what we want. And also, I'm going to duplicate this adjustment layer and then apply it at the end of the video. So let's take a look at our animation again. See? But as you can see, when the wiggle expression is happening, there are some missing frames here. So the way we're going to remove that is by applying an effect called motion tile. Search for motion tile and add a motion tile to it, to the pre-comp. And in the motion tile, just press what it was 100, change the value to 200 on the output width, and on the output height just press another 200, and make sure to check the mirror edges so that it removes those missing frames when we apply the camera shake. Now nothing is missing and it looks good. Perfect. So this is it. Well, this is what I have for today, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you do, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in another day. I love you guys. Bye.